Let me explain you this build. This is a one base Speedling Nydus build. There's a part where you're Microsoft. Oh, I'm sorry. And I say it's a one base build, but you actually build an expansion. So the way it works is you build a 13 gas, you build 1 drone gas, then you immediately build a pool on 12 supply, then you build 3 drones, an overlord, and then at least 6 links. I sent my first overlord across the map. This time I'm going to be up against a Gateway Void Ray build. And now here are the 6 links. Now here I can do a couple of different things. First of all, I don't want him to know that I keep mining gas, but very few people actually keep mining gas, and if they do, it's usually some kind of Ravager proxy, for example. A lot of Protest players scout for proxy. I never played that build, so I don't actually know. But yeah. I don't know if he sends his probe home, in this case he does, but he could also hide it somewhere, so I built 2 additional links, and I pulled some drones out of gas because my gas count was getting a little bit high. But the goal is to get a hatchery down, and then you start building a couple additional drones, and then you get a lair. So I'm gonna put drones into the gas again soon. Oops, sorry. Over here, just doing some good old harassment with my links. It doesn't really accomplish too much, but I try anyways. As soon as I have 100 gas, I start my lair, and I'm gonna put 3 drones into gas because I need that. These links are still patrolling at home. The links over here did absolutely nothing. This overlord here has to get into position to do a drop. I don't really want my opponent to see that I have an overlord in position for a drop, because then he might try to catch it with a stalker or something like that. So I try to avoid that. Put 3 drones in gas. If I open the production tab right now, I'm starting to build things again, and my opponent is going for the Stargate. The harass is very important so it doesn't send 1 unit to scout use. Yes, it's very important that we do send a unit across the map. I took the drones from the gas very early on because I realized I don't have enough money for the hatchery because I built additional links, and I really want this hatchery done ASAP. I'm not really going to put drones at this hatchery. I usually also put the Nydus a little bit closer between the bases so my queens have an easier time getting there. And as soon as I have the lair and 25 gas after the Nydus swarm, I'm gonna morph this into a dropper lord, building 2 queens at home right now. I have some links over here in case he tries to go for a scout. I put them on patrol. They actually run into a Zealot walkout that I didn't notice. So I have to pull my units home right now. He's checking for my third base to maybe do a little bit of harass. Queens are done. I should inject immediately, but I was kind of focused on dealing with this harassment first. So my injects are going to be a little bit delayed. Dropper Lord is in position though. Usually I want to drop 8 links immediately as soon as I can. But this time around I was a little bit slower. At home I'm going to produce nothing but links here. A very second. You can see the link flood. Injecting. I was focusing on just setting everything up before I really start doing the drop stuff. He sends his oracle across the map. I could have just defended this by sending the queens out, but the dropper lord is very important because if he attacks the Nydus with links, then the dropper lord is going to help me defend. Over here I'm trying to do damage. I see that he has 1 shield battery. I go for the kill, but I think he actually has too many units here, and so my links are going to die because he has an oracle and a void ray already. So by the time my Nydus appears, the opponent already has a void ray and an oracle. So that's plenty of anti-air. Kinda scary for me. Rallying links right now. It also takes a 3rd base against a guy that plays a 1 base all-in. My goal right now is to get enough queens so I can stop his void rays. I didn't think he would take a 3rd base this fast. Yeah, I could have dropped queen creep with the dropper lord as well. Actually, I do it, but the overlord is so slow, so it's kind of hard to get the creep very far with it. But because I drop creep with the dropper lord, I can spread this tumor a lot faster. I also send drones across the map to drop some spores, but also micro this queen into the dropper lord. For example, he has a stasis ward at the natural ramp ready. At home, actually I'm producing nothing right now. Also stopped mining gas. Trying to get damage done over here with my queens. They're very valiantly fighting. Now that the spore crawlers are up, his Voiders are going to have a much harder time. But he does have 3 shield batteries, so pushing into this is quite hard. We're now pushing the Protoss natural from his third base. I still didn't realize that he has a third base at this time, by the way.
Your forces are taking
Vision. I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind for further games too. Trying to get damage done here, but it's so hard. Like, shield batteries heal so much, my units can barely get a scratch on him. Producing queens at home, also producing a couple of drones, because I realized, well, I mean, if he only has a natural, then didn't know of this space. So I'm producing drones, but I thought if he only has a natural, I can probably fight him. Trying to push into the natural right here. I can't get this spore crawler down here because there's not enough creep for me to place it. But I'm slowly pushing down here. Also, I think I'm gonna notice that he has that base over there in a second. So I'm gonna try to push over there as well. Trying to get my second spore crawler down here. It's a bit difficult to get it in position. And the shield batteries heal more than my spore crawlers and queens do damage. So I'm actually kind of being pushed back here. But because I'm attacking him over here with my queens, with my lings, he has to go and defend. His worker count is now down to 28, so he actually has fewer workers than I do. His queen luckily stays alive, and the shield batteries are starting to go out of energy. Now to deal with that, Nydus, so I'm starting to produce lings and queens again. My opponent is producing probes right now. I don't know. He almost got that queen, but that last second transfuse, I just got 50 energy, was spamming that transfusion. But yeah, like, it's not every game that I actually manage to get into such a good position versus these Void Ray players, because usually they just have 2 Void Rays and laser my queens to death. This time around, however, I'm actually able to push in here. You can position 1 queen on the ledge to hit the mineral lines from here. Ah, I didn't even think of that. I'm just trying to push him out of here right now. Because if I kill these buildings, then he has no more tech. Like, he has up 2 pylons and a shield battery. But if I just attack him with a couple of lings, there is going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Also being harassed by the Oracle over here. 15 kills, those are not drones, of course. Those are mostly lings that he killed, as he killed a total of 2 drones in this game. Trying to get in there, but once the Voiders appear, I have to go back. Slowly pushing him. After I cleaned his main and natural. All that's left for me to do is push his third base. Score here, so he can't do too much. I think once I snipe his shield batteries here, he's going to leave the game, because he realizes there's nothing he can do against the queens slowly marching in. Pretty cool game, right?